Wow, guys, I'm vibing with the elite hacks. Yo.
Oh, ugh. All right. So we're going to kick this off. This is Good, Better, Best. This is going to be the podcast I do bi-weekly. I don't know if you can call it a podcast because I think that has to do with iTunes or something. I don't know if the terms evolved since 2000.
It
Cola, the
hasn't.
king of fucking podcasts. I'm glad to have you here, buddy. Thanks. Um, I'm here with my buddy Holland. Ex instrumental is what he used to be known as. He's a music teacher, a composer, an insane first person shooter player, a chef extraordinaire, creates the greatest fucking meals you've ever seen. Hi, Holland, huge fan. Vlogger and about to be married. Dude's living the fucking life. What's up? How you doing?
Oh man, that's an interesting intro for me, especially the chef extraordinaire part. Unless you're looking for some extra skin, and it's not from the meat that you're eating, but from the meat that's cooking it,
Hmm.
then you may not want to have me as your chef.
Yeah.
Uh, that was
Yeah,
oh
that was a
man.
stretch. Most of it was true. I was like check, composer, yeah, for sure. Um, Decent at shooters, not that great, decent. Um, Chef, that was the stretch. That's where I drew the line a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's just
Um,
some extra flavor chunks.
yeah, my journalistic integrity was kind of stretched there, but so
Yeah, I
you
could.
recently rebranded. You used to be Instrumental XL. You switched over to Holland. That's your middle name, I think is what you told me.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's super cool. You moved from gaming to gaming with IRL content, so you got like
Mhm.
actual vlogging stuff going on. That's sick. You
Yeah.
got rid of the
The
mustache, which was super creepy. Um,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
and you moved into the.
I got rid of the trench coat, the mustache, and the creepy hat.
That's awesome. What made you want to shift away from the gaming content? I know, like, that's all you
Uh,
used to do, right?
yeah, so for me, I wanted to have a way to kind of document my fiance and I's like life adventures, basically.
Hmm.
And so I figured that including that inside of like a really securely curated like group of content, and then sprinkling in some of my own hobbies,
Hmm.
gaming, music, um, would just be a better way to kind of show off like and encompass like who I am rather than just I'm not just a person that plays video games.
Yeah, that's super cool. You've been posting those videos in my self promotion channel in the Discord, and I mean, everybody watches my thing. I don't know anybody that hasn't really watched them. You pop that shit in there, and we're immediately watching. So, got me interested. I don't even watch vlogging content, and I watch your shit. I don't know, man. I think you're doing something right, something different. But, uh,
Yeah, I mean it's fun. Like I'm only doing stuff that I am really enjoying. And that's the big thing is I'm not going to pick something that I'm just like, well, I'm kind of passionate about this. It was like this past week, work really hit me hard because kids came back from school, so I had to take like a little short hiatus to make sure that life and stuff was in order
yeah, yeah,
because at the end of the day this is not my job, but I love posting stuff that I'm enjoying doing. So
that's
like
awesome.
I know the next couple videos are going to be all about music stuff, like music theory, talking about like what I do
Yeah,
on the side and stuff like that. So
that's really cool. You guys got kids coming back already?
yeah, so they have the option to come face to face or virtual, and they get options to come back to school at the end of every 9 weeks, and there's 4 9 weeks in every school year.
Huh. All right, that's cool. I work at a school too. Obviously, you know that, but for other people that don't know, um, and I mean, we have people that are like the kids that are struggling are showing up, but the ones that are, better off or that are doing just fine, they're not allowed to come on campus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an issue right now because kids are just kind of getting thrown into school because of the area that I live in is kind of lower socioeconomic. So
Right.
there's a lot more kids coming to school,
Gotcha.
and it's honestly a big problem. Like dealing with like just safety in general,
Oh,
and
I
there's
believe it.
really nothing I can do about it besides just making sure my area is as clean as possible
Yeah.
and we're following all the procedures, but. I mean, there's so many kids coming by that we don't have an option, and we're kind of just at the hands of the state.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a struggle. Back to the content stuff. You shifted from gaming content to IRL content. You still do gaming stuff on your YouTube stream though, yeah? I think
Yep.
I stopped by
Yep.
and you were
Sure do.
playing Call of Duty actually. Yeah, that's what it was. Just trying to figure out
Yep.
what that was. You got any new goals with this path? You got like a follower goal or anything for 2021 that you're like, this is what I want to have accomplished by the end of the year? Or are you just kind of playing
Um,
it by ear?
I would like to get to the 1,000 mark
Hmm.
on the YouTube channel. I know a long time ago I almost got there, and then I had to take a huge break. But just like the 1,000 mark, and mainly getting up those watch hours is kind of the big thing. Exposing the content to as many people as possible,
Yeah, for sure.
because I am making a wide range of content. So, like the cooking stuff is going to be kind of spearheaded by my fiance, who every time that she wants to cook and we're filling up to it, we'll record. The music theory stuff is my real specialty. I mean, that's what I get paid to do every single day. So, making more of those kind of videos for people that, and that stuff is timeless.
Right.
So any kid that is having problems learning how to do music, they can come onto the channel and they can figure it out. And that's going to be the main like big series. It's going to be there all the time. IRL stuff is going to come and go as I'm able to,
Right.
honestly, because 5 days a week and my work day is basically during the entire time that it's sun outside. So it's kind of hard to go out and do stuff besides the weekends.
Hmm.
But the current situation with the world, going
Yeah.
out and venturing off into places isn't the smartest idea. So taking it as I can. And then, of course, the gaming stuff. I do live stream on YouTube. I love the quality options and everything that is available with YouTube now.
I saw that. I didn't
Um,
realize that YouTube had like you can. What was that? Was that 1440 or something? That,
I was streaming at 1440p, 60 frames per second
oh,
at
that
a
shit was clean.
15,000 bit rate. Yeah,
I
a
think I've settled with
15,000
Twitch
bit
for
rate.
so long that I haven't realized that there's like a quality tier above the 1080 that Twitch lets you get sometimes.
Yeah, and the thing is the great part about it is they always have the quality options available on
Mm.
YouTube, because they have so, like, their depth of knowledge and their like quantity of servers and whatnot allows them to be able to do that.
Oh yeah,
So I have
they're
people that are
huge.
only able to watch me at 360 or 720, but I have that option for anyone that is capable of running 1440p with their internet. They're able to do that. And the quality options really help out and give everyone an option to watch the stream, and whether it's IRL content, gaming content, whatever it is.
Right, gotcha. Um, who do you watch? Because vlogging, I mean, you got to watch somebody that does that, right? Because I'm not a big vlogging person. I don't really know any of the people there. I know like Mark something, Mark Cuban, I think is who it. No, that's Shark Tank dude.
The Shark Tank guy. I watch where she gets
Mark,
her money, but
who am I thinking of? Mark somebody that does like vlogging stuff.
I have
He's
no idea.
shit. You got any people that you
Mark
watch?
Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. There it is. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, the big blogger. If you didn't know, you got any inspirations or anything that you watch to like? This is what I want to do in my videos.
Yeah, so I learned a lot of techniques and video techniques through this guy named Peter McKinnon. I think he won like videographer of the year or something like that this past year. Very popular. He does a lot of experimental things with his vlogs. Like, I know there
Oh,
was
he's
one part
fucking
where
cute too. Look at this dude.
he he did a he did a vlog where all of his vlogs are basically stories. Like he
Hmm.
he does he does storytelling really, really well. And he did an experiment where he started the vlog with the last clip of material and then went backwards.
Oh, that's really cool.
So he does a lot of experiments like that. He does a lot of experiments with B-roll. He does a lot of tutorials on software, but most of his stuff is just IRL talking
Hmm.
in front of the camera, talking about his adventures. That's really cool.
That's really cool. It looks like he's a photographer too, so he's got all those like tips and tricks
Hmm.
for like making sure a scene's pleasing to look at and everything. I can just tell from his thumbnails that this is fucking cool. I've never
Yeah,
heard of him
he
though. That's really
really
cool.
has. He's very knowledgeable.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Good, better, best. French toast, pancakes, waffles.
Mm, good French toast.
Mm-hmm. There's a big
Better.
one.
Oh yeah. I think now that I'm older, better pancakes, best waffles.
Oh wait, wait, no, 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 no. Boo! No, ew. I thought you were on my side. No, pancakes are better. No, best. Waffles are better. That's where it goes. You said now that you're older, you have child's taste buds. I don't want to hear it.
No, I like the variation in texture with
Oh,
the waffle because it can be crunchy and soft, and you get the syrup. So,
okay. I mean, we'll agree to disagree from here, but you're never coming on this
uh,
fucking show. You'll never work in this town again.
I I guess so. That's my political affiliation is with the waffle.
That's what it is. All right, there we go. Let me just go here. Realizing now that we should probably have some sort of like background music or something. There we go. Perfect. So,
Yes.
going off that, you mentioned in one of your recent videos that you enjoy cooking, enjoy something like that. What kind of cooking are you? It was a very general topic. Are you talking like baking? Are you talking like grilling? Are you ooga booga caveman firing shit? Like, what's going on here? Because I didn't know this
So
about you.
yeah. So primarily, I love to bake. I'm still like a novice. I'm still learning how to bake,
Mm-hmm.
and my fiance always helps me out with like figuring out like amounts and whatnot. And I'm always looking at recipes, like trying to do weird, fun stuff. But the big thing is I'm horrible about always staying to the recipe, and my fiance
Oh,
yells at me all the time. So if I mess up something and something goes awry, she's always just like, "Did you actually do the recipe as it said?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Well, no, duh. No wonder it's horrible." So
well, at least
we're
she tells you.
yeah, I'm slowly learning to stick to the recipe, and then as I gain more knowledge about baking, to kind of go be experimental. But that's something that's I've always been a part. Like I've always like tried to like push stuff like beyond like what is like in the box.
Yeah,
I've kind of been like that my whole life. And
that's
then
cool.
cooking, I like to cook, but it's not something that I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
My fiance loves cooking. Like she just cooked lunch for us, and it was like homemade macaroni and cheese and whatnot. It was really really good.
Sounds awesome.
But as far as like Ooga Booga fire cooking, no. I have grilled. I've grilled some steaks, some burgers, hot
Right.
dogs, like that kind of stuff. Like makes me look like a dad. But
Yeah. Doesn't that
uh,
feel weird? Doesn't that like a weird energy that comes off? I got to grill. The only reason I mentioned it, I got to grill for Christmas, and so I was like, I started grilling stuff myself, and I'm like, this is like real dad energy. Like I feel like I'm getting stronger, and I'm not. I'm just getting fatter. It's so
yes,
nice.
you're just you're building a foundation underneath your head. That's what it is.
There we go. Settle the debate for me then. Is baking an art or a science here?
Oh, the first half of baking is definitely a science.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, after you've got it down, can be an art.
All right, fair enough. I'll take that. Have you had your Let's see. Have you had your Mona Lisa, your Sistine Chapel, your statue of David of cooking? Have you had a crowning achievement, something that you've made that you're like, this is the best thing I've ever done?
Oh, well, as of right now, the best thing I've ever done is chocolate brownies, and those things
I
are
fuck
damn good.
heavy with brownies. That is good.
So, so I have an incredible recipe for brownies. I found it, and then I kind of altered it after I did it once,
Mhm.
and then it's incredible. It includes like little like sections, like I've included Nutella in it. Um,
Okay.
I'm very specific about the chocolate that I put into it.
Oh, you use that like
And
fancy
then,
baker's chocolate stuff or no?
hmm yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff
it's so
intimidates
good.
me.
It's so good. Using the cocoa powder, and then after that, using kind of like the chocolate chip mixture
Mhm.
and like that stuff. Like it's great. I love my brownies. The
That
only
sounds
thing that I'm
awesome.
still working on is there's a look that I'm looking to try to get with my brownies where it has like a shiny like cracked top, and I haven't gotten that yet. So I'm still
Right.
experimenting and try to make it look as appetizing,
I
but
know what you're
it tastes
talking about.
incredible.
I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, because right now my brownies come out and they just look like a cake, basically, but they taste like a brownie.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
I gotta figure out how to get them to be shiny like a good looking brownie.
Right, definitely. Good, better, best. Call of Duty, Valorant, CS:GO. I
Okay.
know those. I know two of those are a little different than the other one, but just putting
Yeah.
them all up there.
Yep. Um, based on well, are you gonna talk about overall the franchise of Call of Duty or this current one?
We'll go your favorite Call of Duty. Let's just make it simple with that. Your best
Okay.
experience in each of those.
Okay, my best experience. Okay. Um, good CS:GO. Better. Oh man, Bailey's
Ooh.
gonna kill me.
He said he's gonna beat you if this goes wrong. It's on. Well, you put CS:GO in good, which I assume is what he was talking about, because that dude has like
Yeah.
8,000 hours in CS:GO.
Yes. So, for me personally, my personal fun experiences: good CS:GO, better Call of Duty, best Valorant.
Really, I'm shocked. When I wrote that, I was like, this dude is going to have Call of Duty at the top,
Nope.
top. Really? You like Valorant that much?
Yes, I do.
That's
And
awesome. I mean, I do the same
I've
thing.
been
That's my
playing
same
it.
ranking. So
Yeah. I mean, Counter Strike is a really good game. It's
yeah,
a really good game, but
it's a little dated
it's
though, don't you think? I mean, I
yeah,
guess
it
we're
is
going
dated.
like best experience. It doesn't matter if it's dated or not, but still, I'm gonna beat you
Yeah.
both.
It
So
is it's dated and I love and CS:GO and Valorant gives me a good comparison.
mhm.
So it's because they're both tactical shooters. They're very different from each other, but Valorant I enjoy way more because I think the use of abilities and the variation that you can get with abilities is so much more fun.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
because I was just talking with Bailey, and it's like
Yeah, yeah.
the games that we were playing before is like, okay, our teammates can kind of shoot people, but they don't know how to use their abilities. That's why we're losing on these rounds.
Mhm.
And then that's why I think it's so important because not only is gun skill important,
Yeah.
your movement is important, and your ability usage is important.
I've
So,
played like 4 hours total of Valorant, and I like it way more than the dozens of thousands of hours I've spent in Call of Duty. Yeah, I feel like Call of Duty is a weird one to throw in there, but I just knew Zach liked it, so I was going to dox your name. So I was like, I gotta throw it in there. Call of Duty is one of
yeah.
those weird things where, at its peak, I was playing it for 18 hours a day, right? Like I think everybody was pretty much along those same terms. Valorant hasn't been there, but I've enjoyed my time. Like my good games in Valorant will outshine my good games in Call of Duty every single time. You know?
Yeah, because every single kill has an outcome
Mm-hmm.
with Valorant, and same with kind of CS:GO. Like every single kill that you make is going to have some sort of impact on the map.
Right.
Things like Call of Duty, where 90% of the game modes are respawn, each kill doesn't have as much of an impact.
Right. Definitely.
So anytime I get the kill, it's like, oh, that was really satisfying because I know I'm just making my life easier for my team to
Right.
win the round.
Me like getting 20 kills in Valorant is like getting 50 kills in Call of Duty. I guess it's like you said, it's there's more payout per kill. It seems like you're actually making a difference in the game. Whereas if you get, a good little streak in Call of Duty, there's a chance you still lose. Like your team still might not be doing as
Oh
good as you,
yeah.
right?
I mean, it's the same kind of deal with Valorant. I mean, but at
Mm.
least you're giving your team its best chance of
Right.
winning the round.
Right. Definitely.
Like you can get 97 kills in a hard point and your team still be brain dead and not get anything else going
Right.
and still lose the game.
100%. So you are one of the best first-person shooter players I know. I'm gonna throw that on the table right now. Besides me and Bailey, there is nobody that you're better than that I know of from our group. Okay, from my friend group. What got you started? Like, what was your first shooter? Like, what made you realize that what's the kappa for?
Okay,
Watch your
so
goddamn mouth, Bailey.
so I was bad at shooters until I got into college. As soon as I got into college, that was Black Ops 3, I think, was the first Call of Duty that I really started taking seriously. I played every Call of Duty. I've played
Right.
every single Call of Duty, like since the very first one to now. But I didn't start like actually trying at it until Black Ops 3 came out.
Mhm.
I loved Black Ops 3. I made so many videos. I made so many like friends playing Black Ops 3. That's the game that I actually reconnected with Bailey,
Really?
and because me and him, I knew Bailey in elementary school, and I didn't talk to him since like after I moved out of Tennessee to
Mhm.
Texas, and so I mean that was like 12 years, 10 years, like apart.
You're right.
Reconnected with him on that. We started playing games together. And that's when I kind of got into watching competitive, like esports, like watching esports more regularly.
Yeah.
Started with watching Call of Duty, then watched Counter Strike, then got into Valorant. Started watching Rainbow Six Siege. I am a connoisseur of competitive esports.
You still watch the Call of Duty League, right?
Yeah, I still do.
I know you and Alex were talking about that one time.
Yeah, we Alex and I went on vacation one year, and it was during the Call of Duty League championships. And so on the road, we would watch it as we were like on the way to wherever we were going. And then we'd listen to it, we'd talk about it. And now for me, I love watching Valorant. And then I'm just
It's
kind of
so
waiting
fun,
for.
right?
it's so interesting to watch
The
because there's
Valorant
so
esports scene is going to be massive, I think. If they just keep up with the game, and Riot is so good with that, like you can see with League of Legends how it's going on its fucking 11th year right now. If they keep up with Valorant, I think that's going to overtake, if it hasn't already, Call of Duty's esports scene.
oh yeah,
I think the audience actually kind of meshes together pretty well, surprisingly.
yeah. I mean, I think people are if the Call of Duty competitive season for this year, the second season of the franchise league, does not do well,
Hmm.
I think they're in big trouble.
Really?
Um,
I didn't know it was struggling.
yeah. Well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's struggling, but they need to see significant growth
Gotcha.
because the first year was COVID-19. That whole thing happened.
Right.
Um, Still happening.
Yeah.
Because they're still dealing with. I mean, their whole plans were to have like tournaments like weekend, like every weekend or
Right.
something like that. And then all that got shut down and everything went online. So it literally shut down all of their revenue stream besides merchandise, which would come out and is regulated by Activision. Every single team has to run. They can't sell individual merch based on their team.
Oh,
They
that's
have to run
gross.
it. Activision controls their merchandise.
I don't know if I like that. In League,
Yeah.
it's like every team has their own website and they can sell whatever the hell they want as long as it's TOS friendly.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that with Call. Do you have a team? Do you have a team or favorite player or anything that stands out?
I think that the most fundamentally sound team is the Dallas Empire.
Okay.
They're the team that won champs last year. Well, this previous season. I love the content from the Optic team. Previously the Chicago Huntsmen, and previously Optic again. So the Optic team for this year, their content is always really funny. FaZe is going to be really good.
Cool. See,
And
they're still
then
around.
I'll be interested to see how 100 Thieves does. I love that organization.
Do you?
I really like watching all their stuff. I love their content.
All right.
And I
Yeah,
love
their
their Valorant
content's
team.
their content's solid. I'll give you that.
I don't like the players on their Call of Duty
That's
team.
where I'm at. Yeah, that's usually 100 Thieves' problem. Is I'm like, all right, is it decent? It looks good, but then I'm looking at the players and I'm like, I don't really like those guys. I don't know.
I love the Valorant team. I do not like the players on the Call of Duty team.
Fair enough. What's up,
So,
Day? Welcome back.
but because I support that organization, I'll support the team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you watched Cloud9? This is kind of off, but Cloud9 blew Valorant content. I don't know if you kept up with that.
No.
So Cloud9 Blue is C910s, all of them, right? They are on this romp with content lately. It's just great. They just do a bunch of Valorant content. It's like they do blindfolded against each other. They do a bunch of scrims with the female team, C9 White. Like their content, and like the videos are really well made. Their content on YouTube's actually going off pretty well. It's super cool. It's worth checking. I'll send you some shit afterwards. But
Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah, I think that that's something that needs to be taken care of more in the esports scene is
Definitely.
content creation in professional esports because I feel like organizations try to separate it so much
yeah,
that it just hurts their professional players once they are no longer professional players.
definitely. And we see that a lot with League stuff, like C9 Sneaky. Got out of League. I mean, midway through League, he started doing streaming and stuff, right? At least that's how I understand it. Dude stopped playing in actual esports, or at least got benched or whatever for a season. Went and streamed and still had success off stream. So they're still supporting their players just by, allowing them to stream rather than trying to separate it from the individual. So I think you're right about that.
I think that Optic Gaming taught a lot of people in the professional esports scene that content is just as important as
Right.
competition. Because at the end of the day, these people, we don't know the lifespan of a professional esports player. We're just now starting to see people that were kind of like at the inception of it starting to retire.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh no, what have we been doing? We've been kind of banking 100% on their competitive like stuff and not like who they are as players.
Right.
Now teams like Optic and 100 Thieves and like T1,
Hmm.
now they're really showing off. Like we started building this person up whenever they first came into the organization, and now look at how big they are now, and they're not even the best player on the team.
Right.
So, and that just helps drive viewers to the esports team.
Absolutely. If
Like-
there's good content, there's gonna be people watching it, even if they don't actually watch the esport. They'll catch it because,
Yep.
oh, I like Tens. Tens is a great player, great content creator. I'm going to go watch him play. And that's an
Yeah.
extra set of eyes on the esports
Hmm.
scene.
Yeah, and like Hiko in the 100 Thieves
Hmm.
Valorant team,
Yeah.
he's 30 years old.
Boomer.
And so is Steel. I think Steel is 32 or something like that. They're both like over the hill
Yeah,
when it comes to esports. Like,
definitely. Do,
and the thing is they're the most popular players on that team because of their
oh,
content.
absolutely.
Still streams all the time, and he makes YouTube videos which are really good.
They are.
Hiko makes
Pico's
videos all
great.
the time, and Hiko streams all the time, and both of them are trolls, and it's so funny to watch.
Hmm.
And so now they're trying to kind of build that sort of same stuff with Nitro, Dicey, and Asuna.
Yeah.
Um, and so trying to make them personalities so that eventually, even if they're not on the 100 Thieves Valorant roster at some point, they can still support themselves as content creators.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I think that's awesome. So do you actually subscribe to the idea that there's an age limit for esports dudes?
at some point,
Like
at some
70,
point,
right?
reaction
70,
there's going to
75?
be a clear difference in reaction time. I think reaction
Really?
time is going to be the only determining factor.
And are you
Because
putting that at like as early as 30 like most people are putting it at?
no,
No.
I'm putting it to the individual. Like,
Okay.
I mean, it's you got to think about it from the perspective I'm in. Like, there are professional musicians that play in orchestras until they're like 80.
Yeah,
As
that's
long
true.
as their face, as long as the part that helps them play, their fingers, their face, is still operating at a high level,
Hmm.
then they can still do it. Because with time, their brain power, their knowledge of the game is only going to improve. Their aim is going to stay the same, honestly. If I mean, as long as they're constantly like working towards it, it's not like they're going to all of a sudden lose their aim unless a physical thing happens to them.
Right, right.
But reaction time is something that I feel like will deteriorate over time just due to age. And
I can see
um,
that.
yeah, there's connections within the brain that eventually deteriorate over time. I forgot what it's called, but that's like over a long lifespan. I think probably I don't want to put an exact number on it, but I wouldn't see a professional esports player. I wouldn't see them getting past like the 40 mark, kind of like
40?
where professional sports.
So I got
players
12
are
years to
going.
make it is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Great. All right, I'm almost
I
there
would.
though. I feel like I'm really on the cusp with Valorant. I actually hit gold 2 once. I don't know if you know that. Um Pretty
You're on the cusp.
impressive. I'm on the cusp. I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Um
I think because if we look at professional sports,
Mhm.
reaction time is super important in football. Okay,
Sure.
because especially if you're a quarterback, because those are probably the oldest players on that team, just
Right.
because they're not the ones getting hit all the time. They're having a constant safety net as far as physical damage.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
brain power, they're always going to get better with knowledge of the game because they're in the game longer. They're going to have, and as long as they're continuously working out, their muscles aren't going to deteriorate for a long time. It's just reaction time.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've seen a professional sports player in that traditional sense past 50. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not a big sports dude, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Um yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen somebody like too old. It seems like
It's like
I feel
around
like Peyton
40
Manning is
something.
probably the oldest quarterback I've seen, and that's one of the only quarterbacks I know the name of. But like in terms of just like looking at him, I think he's probably one of the oldest. But I don't know how old he was. He could have been super fucking young and just look old.
Yeah. Like I think mid 40s is kind of that point where people, and also people may just be tired of competing.
Oh,
honestly, at that
absolutely.
age.
Bjergsen from League of Legends. Did you ever play League of Legends?
Mm,
A little bit.
like a little bit, a very
Copy.
little bit.
Bjergsen was like one of the biggest TSM players. He was on the team from pretty much its start, and then they gave him part of the fucking company, part of TSM, to stay on the team. Well, he just retired last year, and because he still holds stake in the company, he's actually, I think he's working as their coach now or something. Which is so like that's usually the type of progression that you see with older players. Is it goes like they're players, they're star players, they're owners, they're advisors, and they just stick with it for as long as it goes.
Yep.
Granted,
Coaches.
yeah, coaches. Granted, esports probably doesn't have the staying power that like something like football or basketball does in terms of like individual games. Like League of Legends probably won't be a thing when we're 80, right? Probably not gonna fucking
Yep.
happen. Could, most likely not. But yeah, I think you're right about that. I agree.
Yeah, and RJ put a good point. Oldest dude is like 48, 47 right now, and the active all time is 48.
Hmm.
And if you look at the position that he plays, he's a kicker.
Right.
He's not up in
Protected,
the
pretty well
business.
safe.
Yeah, he's not going to be the one that gets tackled every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes a physical strain. But if you, like I said before, if you keep the muscles up, you know the knowledge of the game. You know exactly where to place the ball on your foot. You know exactly where to put your hand on the mouse and shoot at the head. You know
Yeah.
the head level. You can continue to play until your reaction time is being put on trial, and you're like, oh well, no, I'm not gonna flick on someone who's directly behind me, but
Yeah.
my game knowledge may help me know that they're going to be behind me before I need to flick to them. So
Right. Definitely. Um. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Hey, I have a question for you. So I was looking at your Steam profile. What the
oh
fuck
no.
were you doing in Gary's mod for 250 hours? I was like, what games does this dude play? I'm looking. 250 hours in Gary's mod.
That is 2011 to 2014 popular Twitch streamer me.
Really?
Yes. So I started, what
Uh,
was it? Well, I started with Minecraft. Then, because Minecraft was still really small,
mm-hmm.
whenever I was playing it a lot. I mean, this was like pre-alpha beta days.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And I was like, okay, well, Minecraft's not really gaining any traction right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, Minecraft is going to be saturated. So I'll go to something like Gary's Mod that at the time was not streamed at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was like maybe a combined 50 people, like 50 viewers watching Gary's Mod. I would start streaming at nighttime, and I was like the Gary's Mod streamer. So I
What
would
the
like
fuck?
stream
Really?
to like 50 to 100 people at night on Gary's Mod.
That's awesome.
Like, this is like a long time ago.
What were you doing?
And
I loaded up Gary's mod one time, and it gave me like a toolbox, and that was it. I had no I had no clue what people do on that game.
so the best thing about Gary's Mod is
Uh huh.
basically just a utility for people to make games on. Sort
Okay.
of like how like Fortnite is becoming with Fortnite Creative, and the how Rust is. The developer of Rust is currently making a Gary's Mod 2 called Sandbox.
Really?
And it is a game development thing, and you pull in all these assets. So there was like a really popular mode, I think it is still popular, called Dark RP, which is
Mm-hmm.
basically a role-playing game within Gary's Mod. So I would go and I'd play Dark RP all night, and it would be like, okay, well, I'm going to be a gun dealer tonight on this server. And it's about all the interactions that you would have in that game that would be so funny.
That's awesome.
And I mean, it was basically like well, a less civilized version of Rust, essentially.
So I played Rust for the first time last night.
It's
Oh
fun.
my god. Dude, that game is so fun. Are you kidding me? I don't know how I've dodged it for so long, but me and one of my buddies, my DM from D&D, he invited me to play last night. I was like, sure, whatever. I see all the popular Twitch streamers doing it, so I'm gonna hop on. We played for like 8 fucking hours, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the replayability where servers get wiped every week
yeah,
just makes it like, okay, well, I did shitty this week, so I'll just come back next week and I'll take claim to my part of the server.
that's
And
super
then
cool.
yeah, and I think the main developer Gary Newman, who created Gary's Mod, Rust, and is working on Sandbox now, kind of understands that playing loop really well. Gary's Mod, you make whatever you want, you play the games whatever you want, no restrictions,
Hmm.
and then Rust comes by. It's a survival game. It came out in the height of Minecraft time and survival games. And
Right.
it was a really good one. It used to have zombies in it, if you didn't know.
Rust?
Yes,
The
it used to
modded
have
server we're
zombies in it.
playing on has zombies in it. I didn't know the
Yeah.
normal game. I haven't played the alpha version or like the base version of it yet. We're playing on a modded server right now and it has zombies in it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, the original Rust had zombies, was way more like Minecraft.
really,
And the building system used to be horrible.
I'm impressed
was-
with it
was-
now.
It was awful, but they've made so many updates to it, and it's a really good game.
That's
It
super
used to
cool.
be it used to be more survival than PvP, and then they figured out that people are using it to fight each other more
Yeah.
than survive really. So they kind of adjusted it to a more PvP focused game, and now they're coming out with Sandbox, which is Gary's Mod 2.0 and a bunch of stuff, and they update us like once a month on what's going on, and they're planning on releasing the game this year.
That's really cool.
Which is just going to be huge for content creators, and like I don't think a lot of people
You
know
trying
about
to
it
get
yet.
in on that?
Of course.
I mean, just let me know. I mean, I'm here. You know, I'm down.
Yeah, it's going to be that game is going to be huge by the end of this year. Mark my words. If it comes out this year,
Marked.
if it comes out this year
Mm-hmm.
by June,
Mm-hmm.
if it comes out by June, it'll be huge by December.
Get the clip. Get the clip. We're putting it on paper. That's what we're doing. Give me your top three. Top three games of all time. Any genre, anything. Just things that you spent either a lot of time doing or memories that you made that you were just like, this is unlike anything else I've ever done, game-wise.
All right. I have to go overall franchise time, Call of Duty.
Fair
I've spent
enough.
so much time in that game. Second, well, okay, I know what my number one is,
Mhm.
and everyone that knows me has known me in any capacity probably knows what the game is going to be a number one. Number two is kind of a toss-up.
Mhm.
I really don't. There's so many games. I would say any tactical shooter, honestly,
Okay.
I've enjoyed a lot, like Valorant, Counter-Strike, like that kind of stuff. I love shooter games. Like Rust is kind of in there,
Yeah,
but number one has to be Minecraft.
I knew it. I was right. I was right. Okay.
It has to be Minecraft.
It's so good.
It's so good. There's so much stuff. That game made me into who I am.
Mm-hmm.
It made me more confident in myself because of my streaming history with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point, it was making me money to live and continue making content. I mean, when I was younger, it was awesome.
Right.
It is a platform in itself, just like Fortnite is now.
Yeah, I don't know what you're
It is
talking
a
about with that
platform.
Fortnite thing. I haven't. I don't really keep
You
up
ever
on
heard of
Fortnite news, so.
Yeah, it's made by an indie developer named Epic, I think. I think that's what it's called.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. I
Epic
can Google.
or Extreme. something
Optic.
Like that.
You're talking about the Call of Duty
Optic.
team, yeah.
Yeah, Optic. That's what it was. They made
Gotcha.
their own game called like Fort Day or something like that.
Fort Week. Yeah, a Fort
Mm.
Week.
Yeah, I think you make like little forts at night or something like that.
It's about flossing, like I don't teeth cleaning or something. I don't really know.
think
Teeth flossing and ninjas or something. I don't.
It looks
Zoomers.
like Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network made a dance channel and they called it Fortnite.
Zoomer content, not my stuff. Y'all are jerks. Found the Minecraft or the Fortnite player. All right. Your top three are Borderlands, Metal Gear, and God of War. I appreciate that. That's a really unique list. Good, better, best.
Okay.
Bach, Beethoven, Mozart.
Okay. Beethoven good. Mozart better. Bach best.
Good, better, best. Wind, percussion, strings.
Oh. Okay, well. RJ is gonna hate me for this,
Mhm.
but
He says, "Be
percussion
careful."
good. Percussion good. Okay.
Mhm.
Strings better.
Mhm.
No, sorry. Winds better, strings best.
Okay.
You have to look at it from a historical sense and the amount of music and quality of music that was created for each of those instruments.
You're
By
losing us, viewers.
By far, orchestras have the best music, bar none.
I feel like you're right. I don't think there's a way to compete with the stringed instruments. I would switch up wind and percussion, though. I feel like without percussion, every other instrument kind of loses its...
Okay. I'd agree with that. So
That's kind of where I'm
okay,
at with it.
I'm okay. I'm okay with making that switch. So winds good, percussion better, strings best. But strings are number one for me.
Respectable.
Even though I'm a band director and I teach winds, strings will always be the best emotive instrument. So that's guitar, orchestra instruments.
100%.
Like piano, piano is kind of like in that realm as well.
Is that a
that's kind
string
of
or a percussion instrument? Now that I think about
Well,
that.
It's technically percussionists play it, but it is created by striking a string.
Right. So I'm kind of. To me, it was strings until I just thought about it for the first time ever in my life. Huh.
So,
All right. Would you say music is a learned skill or a talent you're born with? More of between those two.
oh God, it is a learned skill. I can't stand people saying, "Oh, you just have the music talent." No, you do not have the music talent. It's not like
I
they
was
put it.
born with it.
It's not like you were born with this innate skill to play music. Now, something that is true is you may have a higher aptitude. You can go take an aptitude test, and whatever you put your brain power into, you're going to have a better time than someone that has a lower aptitude of stuff.
Right.
Like an initial ability to understand, if like that's kind of like aptitude. So
Yeah.
like, oh, I understand that music is created by vibrations. The shorter the wavelengths are in the vibration, the higher the pitch. The longer that the vibration is, the lower the pitch.
Right.
So I mean, that's the kind of deal. So
Makes sense to me.
perfect pitch is built. Okay, so I see Decro talked about perfect pitch is built on whenever you're born. Parents are playing music, and they're asking you, "Can you sing along with this?" And then slowly you start teaching them with the piano. Like, okay, well, this thing that you've been singing is in this key, and it's been these notes this whole time.
So perfect pitch is
like,
taught in your opinion.
Yes, perfect pitch is taught.
So
There's
I thought
no
I've
way-
always thought of it like the same thing as like photographic memory. It's like the superhuman innate ability that you have from being born, where you're like, oh yeah, that da is like a C or something. You're like, oh yeah, I hear that. That's a C. And
Yeah.
is
But
that
you gotta
a real
think
thing?
The only thing that you would know that is what a C is if someone told you that. Like I can start putting out like information into the world. I can tell you this is an F, but it's not really an F, so I don't have perfect pitch. So like it's definitely
Really?
time.
So it's not
There's
like a real like a power
No,
that people have.
perfect pitch is not a real thing. It's called really good relative pitch.
Really? That's
Really
blowing my mind.
good
I thought that was a real thing.
No, relative pitch.
How can you know what you don't know?
Well,
Well, I
know
would.
in relation to how the vibrations feel. Okay, you know in relation to how it feels or sounds. Like, okay, if I know this pitch is C, I can work my way down in my head and audiate in my head. Okay, where is A gonna be? And then I can sing it.
Right.
Yeah, truth bombs.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. That's completely different. Musical influences. Anybody that you're a composer, a music teacher, do you have anybody that you really like learned from? Somebody that you just were like, I heard it once and this is what I wanted to do, you know?
Yeah, so from the Baroque era, Bach, that's why I put him in
Yeah.
best. Okay. He if you learn music history, he kind of innovated a lot while at his age and his period, like counterpoint and kind of making fugues into what they are. It's a lot of making music complex and beautiful at the same time. So that's like kind of from that era. From the Romantic era, Debussy and Wagner, really epic sounding
Recognize
music. And Wagner, great music, terrible person. Was a horrible
Was he?
racist.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I know
Horrible.
he was like Hitler's favorite musician or some shit.
Yes, for good reason.
Oh no. Well, I really like Elsa's Procession at the Cathedral. That's like the only song or composition I know of his. Peace. Thank you. It's the only piece I know of his, and I like that one a lot. So we're just gonna separate that art from the artist.
Yep, exactly. And that's the kind of thing that you have to teach in music, honestly.
Yeah.
So Debussy as well. He loved portraying emotion with music. So like he was really progressive in thinking, like, let me add these notes together and let me hear what it sounds like, rather than working more mathematical with like progression. He was really kind of like, this makes me feel this way, so I'm going to put this down.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Debussy.
What do you think about Debussy? 2020 up and coming rapper. How do you feel about the pussy?
For contemporary, no,
Mhm.
that wouldn't be contemporary. But basically anything past romantic. This guy, Percy Granger. So for band people, Percy Granger created a bunch of music. In particular, this piece called Lincolnshire Posy, where he went around areas of, I think, the United Kingdom
Mhm.
and Scotland and that kind of area, and recorded folk songs from different towns and made it into a band piece. It's absolutely wonderful.
That's really cool.
Um, and like he recorded, like the whole history of it was like he recorded it on like those wax recorder things. It's definitely an awesome piece of musical history. And then the people that are still alive right now,
Mhm.
it is John Mackey, Eric Whitaker, and oh gosh, what is his name? There is a choral composer besides Eric Whitaker that is really important to me. That his name is escaping me right now.
No worries, no worries.
Let me.
While you're doing whatever you're doing, open.
Jake Runestad. That's what his name is.
Runestad.
And his piece. Let My Love Be Heard. Incredible piece.
Okay, that's really cool. Open up your Spotify and hit play, or no, hit play. But let me know what's on there right now. What are you playing right now?
Okay.
What's the song you were last listening to?
It may have been a podcast, but
Fair enough.
Recently played. Well, I have a Discover Weekly playlist, which
Mhm.
is basically a bunch of basically lo-fi stuff. I listen to that a lot on the way to work and whenever I'm
cool.
working. Another thing is I listen to a podcast called Painkiller Already.
Who
it
does
is
that? I've heard
hosted-
that before.
Yes. One you'll probably recognize the name of most is probably the guy who made the YouTube channel FPS Russia.
There it is.
Yep. So FPS Russia, he's not actually Russian. Fun fact. He's from Georgia, and his name is Kyle.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh no.
So him, a YouTuber named Woody's Gamertag,
Yeah, know him.
who used to do Mail Mondays like a long time ago in like Black Ops era,
Yeah.
Black Ops 2 era. Helped a lot of people out, like teenagers and stuff like that. He would make YouTube commentaries over Call of Duty gameplay.
Mhm.
And then this guy named Mirka Durka, who is
Don't know that one.
hilarious. He's like a comedian, Twitch streamer. He streams on Twitch, and he streams Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell, and does like reactions to like the episodes that are on YouTube. It is hilarious.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
But they're all like kind of comedians.
Yeah. I know two of them. I used to watch FPS Russia all the time, and Woody's Gamer Tag. Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been going for like 10 years on that podcast. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've watched any Call of Duty content in probably about 5-6 years. But those were people that were filling my subscription box. With like same with like White Boy 7 Thirst or whatever
my
his
God,
name was. You remember
Seven
him? The hidden ones or something like that, where they'd hide in a Call of Duty map and like, what I'm talking about, all that.
Yep.
I mean, that used to be KYR Speedy, Jehovah's Witness, D4, something like that. Like all those dudes.
Yes.
I mean, that used to be all I watched. So I'm kind of surprised that they're still doing stuff.
Yeah. I really wish Woody's Gamertag would go and do some more Mail Monday stuff right now, especially for this generation. Because I mean, his advice is really good.
It was solid.
He talks about a lot of stuff that's super important. He even talks about like investing money, like how to save money, how to deal with relationship advice.
Like in CS:GO cases, right? That's where you invest your money.
Yes, and you don't worry about the RNG.
Right, of course.
The possible lottery that is.
So you teach music on the internet. You teach music off the internet.
Yep.
It's just music. Why is it important to learn? Why do you think that music is something that needs to be taught? I mean, there's people that just make music. Just let them make music, right? It's not that important, is it?
I think that it is a platform just like any other thing, like sports or a club, that you can implement life skills that they're going to need later on.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing. Like soft skills. So like how to be a leader, how to be disciplined, how to have integrity with your team, like with your partners and your teammates. How to, music for some people is an escape.
Mm-hmm.
Music for some people is competition. Music for some people is a way to meet friends. Music is a lot of things for people that can't play sports or don't want to play sports.
Right, definitely.
Yep.
That's super cool though.
And like like me, I was in sports, debate, and band.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where that ended because I hated the people that were in sports because a lot of them were jerks.
Yeah.
Debate was good. It taught me a lot, but honestly, it was boring
Mm-hmm.
for me. I like talking to people. I like the whole premise of evidence and proving your case, but I wasn't going to go and do competitive debate. That
Yeah.
I know that wasn't going to be my career path. I know I wasn't going to be a politician. So I stuck with band. I enjoyed it. It was social. It was competitive enough for me to enjoy. My band was really good, so
Mhm.
it was a really positive experience. I got really good at an instrument, so I had a lot of skills going for me.
That's super cool. That's
So,
cool. Um, we all know that 2020 has been the absolute best year
yeah.
for anybody. How do you think 2021 can top it? Just in general.
Well, personally, 2020 was actually an incredible year for me.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
It was probably the best year of my life, honestly, besides the whole quarantining thing.
Yeah,
I graduated from college.
me too.
I got
Nice
my
job.
first
Congrats.
big boy job.
Congrats. Me too. We're on the same page, dude.
Got my first big boy job. Engaged to my fiance.
Congratulations on that. Finally.
Yeah, moved into our own place. Have a first son now.
Mhm.
Like actually learning how to be.
Wait. Back up. What was that?
I
You moved
have
into
a
your own
cat.
place, and then what?
I have a cat. I have a fur baby.
You had me not worried, but you had me questioning something for a second. I thought you said first son.
Oh.
I was like,
yes.
already? Jesus. Okay, cool. Congrats, man.
Yes, his name is Oliver.
That's awesome.
And he is an absolute ham.
So 2021 can't top it. Is that what you're telling me?
No, 21 can definitely top it. I think that there are so many opportunities for my fiance and I to have very memorable moments together this year. Hopefully, pandemic kind of slows down at some point. We get our vaccines. We're able to go experience life.
Yeah, hopefully, for sure.
We're not going to get married this year. We're probably going to do that next year. Then personal career goals for me,
Yeah.
that's kind of like the big one, is really making an impact on the kids that I have and the ones that will join me in August as new students, and continuing building upon my knowledge, the kids' knowledge, and really kind of shape myself into like the teacher that I want to be for these kids.
That's super cool, man.
I
That's
think
very
that's
respectable.
important.
That's very cool. We talked a little bit about it, but gaming in 2021, you said you wanted to see that Rust Minecraft thing come out. That's
Yeah.
your highest hope for the year. You got anything else that you want to see this year?
I really want to see battle royales die.
Fuck me too. God damn, right?
I want more social games that appeal to a wider audience, and I want competitive games to flourish as well. I want games that are strictly in their lane to be really good at what they do, and I'm tired of just shitty games that try to do too much.
Agreed. So much. Rocket League Battle Royale, ban him. Ban the mod. Oh, fuck.
Like, here's the tweet that I put on
Yeah.
January 1st. Really hope that there is another social game that all my friends can dive into together and enjoy in 2021. I want a less toxic Rust with great gameplay mechanics and social elements and enjoyable progression. Okay. Because for a long time, I thought about being a game developer. I literally have an entire game written out. Like, I have like the mechanics, I have the story, I have the multiplayer functionality, I have the entire thing built out in my head on paper, everything. I want to see it come true. Is that version probably going to come true? Probably not, unless I put my money where my mouth is and try to get it done. But I really I really need there to be a social game that every one of my friends will enjoy because I want to play games with the people that I enjoy talking to.
100%. Completely agree with you. I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking as well for 2020 with games. Do you think that, I mean, it's kind of a rhetorical question because the answer is already there, but with the success of Among Us, with the success of Rust being so popular right now, and these community type games coming together for big content creators, I mean, massive ones, people that don't even really, that weren't really prevalent in gaming before, like Corpse Husband, I don't know if Sykuna, I think Sykuna is brand new too, but like these new content creators are coming up because of these community games. Do you think that's going to drive a new genre of like community-based games, or at least improve it?
I hope to God it does, and I hope that comedians that have been impacted by the COVID-19 virus and social living conditions right now figure it out, and they're like, oh, well, if I go buy $1,000 or $500 PC from Best Buy and I start playing these older games that can get me exposed to these people and start making hilarious content, because it's free to upload to YouTube.
Yeah.
It's free to go play whatever game. It's $3 to buy Among Us. It's like $25 or something like that to buy Rust.
Right.
Or hell, just have a comedy show with your comedic friends. It's so easy to get started in content creation. Just go do it.
Absolutely. I think this is something that I think quarantine has driven a large audience towards Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that probably wasn't here the years before. People that were actually out there living life and doing stuff found us on YouTube and Twitch and realized that maybe it's not as bad as like the stigma behind it was for a while.
Yep.
I think that you're probably nailing it on the head with people that aren't being able to like flourish in this type of work from home environment. I think that if they were to get on YouTube or Twitch, they'd find a lot of success, especially right now.
Yep, because not a lot of shows are coming out on Netflix right now.
True.
Not a lot of things are coming out on Tier 1 media because that required them to be in person.
Absolutely. I agree.
So there's so many opportunities for them to really flourish in this. And if you want to, make it just like Tier 1 media, but do it on your own.
100%. I agree completely. I mean, that's pretty much all I got for you, man. I really look forward to seeing you take off this year. I think this Holland shit is a great rebrand. I think you're doing it in one of the best ways that I've seen done, especially in somebody that I know doing a rebrand, because, our group kind of does a lot of stuff like that, but I think you're tackling it in a way that's probably the best I've seen so far. I personally love watching your content.
I'm not doing the same thing under a different name. That's
right.
Super important.
I agree.
If you rebrand, you're redoing, you're starting over.
100%.
So invent yourself as something different.
I respect that. I appreciate that. That's really cool. But yeah, so where can people find you? I mean, it's already on the screen, but go ahead and let them know.
Yeah. So Twitter at Holland YouTube, youtube.com, Holland Z, okay. Twitch.tv, Holland Live. I'm not really going to be streaming on Twitch, but if you see me in chat, that's who I am. If you have any questions about music, if you want to learn how to do the whole music thing, reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to help. I'm providing free videos on a regular basis for music theory. Like that's what I'm going to be spending my time doing today, is making videos for music theory. If you want to actually get in depth through it, and you want to talk to me about like setting up music lessons, I can do that. If you want to learn a musical instrument, I'm a certified teacher to teach musical instruments. And then on top of that, I love gaming. So if you want to play some games, you want to learn some music, you don't want to learn how to cook from me, you can hit me up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much. I'm gonna you can stick around for a couple minutes or a minute or two when I tell everybody what's going on, and then I'll end stream and we can just call it. So.
All right. Awesome.
All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. This was the first iteration of the Good, Better, Best podcast. Let me turn that off. There we go. We are going to be doing this every 2 weeks with different people. This was my first guest because I knew he was a great content creator. He's one of my friends that's been around for a long fucking time. So I think it's something that, I can really get behind and enjoy doing. I've been talking about doing a podcast for like probably almost a year now. Like, since I started streaming in February of last year, I was like, I have friends that are interested and passionate about stuff that I'm not. Granted, I'm passionate in a lot of stuff, but music, I don't know shit about. I can play guitar, kind of. Like, that's where I'm at. So I was like, I'll bring in somebody that is making gaming content, that's always been a very good player, a very good friend of mine. And we'll just cut the shit for an hour. Like, it'll just be a lot of fun. So I mean, I thought it was a lot of fun. Thank you for the new follows from RBJ Hens and Implant, sure. Do appreciate that. Every 2 weeks we're gonna be doing this. Next guest, I don't know yet. That's immediate what I'm doing when I get off here. I'm gonna go find the next guest. But I am Plant. Gotcha, Implant. All right. So that's the end of the stream today. It's only gonna be an hour long. I do appreciate everybody that stopped by. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. See ya.